Okay, this is part of my audience.
How you doing?
Hi.
Sweet.
Hi.
Blake, so what's up?
Hey.
Thank you. Hello, my name is Ryan Rodriguez. Wait for my PowerPoint to open. I'm going to talk to you today about an organization that mainly focuses on granting wishes to children who suffered life-threatening medical conditions. Um, basically, 7 out of 10. I don't know if y'all knew this, but according to Dartmouth Atlas, 7 out of 10 Americans die from a chronic disease. More than 90 million Americans live with at least one chronic disease. Definition of a life-threatening disease: a disease is basically an illness or a situation that makes it possible that the person affected will soon die. Um, According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the 10 leading causes of death in America are, just to name a few, heart disease, cancer, stroke, lower respiratory disease, Alzheimer's, and that's just a few of them. Um, Not only do adults face life-threatening conditions, but children as well. Um, with the PowerPoint, that's just a preview of what we're going to be talking about. Like I said, the definition is an illness or a situation. Um, Top causes of death, like I said, heart disease, cancer. Not only do adults face life-threatening conditions, but children as well. And the hardest thing to cope with as a parent is knowing that your child was born or diagnosed with a life-threatening condition. Um, Usually, when you have a condition like this, you aren't really given much time um, to live. And most children in between the ages of 3 to 5 really don't know, what to expect. And depending on the disease, you are put through a lot of the pain. You don't seem to have any sense of hope to help you get through it all. And to wrap that all up, that's where an organization called Make-A-Wish Foundation, comes into play. The Make-A-Wish Foundation is a worldwide organization that is made up of tens and thousands of volunteers, donors, and supporters. The purpose of the organization is to grant a wish of a child who has been diagnosed with a life-threatening condition. According to the Make-A-Wish website, in the United States, on average, a wish is granted every 34 minutes. The foundation believes that a wish the wish experience is a game changer for them. The Make-A-Wish mission statement states that we grant the wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions to enrich the human experience with hope, strength, and joy. Just an overview as to how the foundation was formed. It all started back in the 1980s after a 7-year-old boy named Chris was battling leukemia. The one thing he wanted was to be a police officer and catch bad guys with a customs agent named Tommy Austin. Austin pushed to see if maybe DPS could do something to help the boy out, but after receiving a phone call saying that Chris doesn't have much time, a DPS spokesman named Alan Schmidt gathered a couple of officers to bring their patrol cars along with patrol motorcycles to meet the DPS helicopter, which was flying Chris to headquarters. The officers gave Chris a tour, and everyone that Chris met just wanted to help. The following day, Chris gave his last smiles and passed away. Um, a quote from Tommy Austin, who is a co-founder of Make-A-Wish and obviously a retired U.S. Customs agent. He said, even though he was only a boy, um, he was only 7 years old. He was only 7 years, 269 days old. when he died, but he taught me how to be a man. I can tell you that because of meeting Chris, I'm an entirely different man. Ron Cox said the same thing. He said he didn't fear death anymore because he knew Chris would be there waiting for him. Following that event in November of 1980, the group received its tax exempt status as a nonprofit organization, and basically that's at the time where they raised their first $2,000 and continued to make their first wish to a child. Just a couple of how steps in order to make a wish. There are a number of different steps a child needs in order to make in order for a child to be allowed to make a wish. A child who is in between the ages of 2.5 to 18 years old would be eligible to be considered to grant a wish. Once the child has been referred, the foundation will work with the treating physician to determine the child's eligibility. Basically, they have to be suffering from a progressive or a malignant condition currently placing the last child in jeopardy. When a child is finally allowed to make a wish, they are given 5 categories to choose from, and that is a wish to go, a wish to be, a wish to meet, and a wish to have, and a wish to give. The foundation, is they receive donations from a number of volunteers, donors, and supporters, and that's what makes the wishes come true. To list a couple national sponsors, Disney and Macy's both donate $5 million or more each year. A couple of sponsors that donate around $1 million or more include American Airlines, Delta, Southwest, GameStop, Dave & Buster's, and Royal Caribbean. With all that money raised, they have the opportunity to impact 27,000 children each year. Basically, with that being said, according to the 2016 Harris Equitrend study, Make-A-Wish is a top-ranked charity for familiarity equality. I feel that Make-A-Wish Foundation is by far the best organization to be a part of, because what's better than saving the life of a child one at a time? I encourage each and every one of you to become involved by joining one of the Make-A-Wish Foundation chapters in either Austin or in San Antonio. Thank you.